you might remove the transistor. Okay. Because otherwise it's circuit 1 stuff, circuit 1 stuff, circuit 1 stuff. One of the biggest things added in circuit 2s, one of the biggest things added in circuit 2s, and then optical fiber, which is needed as is for circuit 2s as well as for blue science itself, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, it's wonderful. I note I also need PCB2s for, my glorious, my my glorious, beautiful, beautiful modules. In order to actually science my modules, I have to spend circuit 1s and 2s and PCB2s to actually science my modules, I think. Yeah. To actually science my modules, I need to spend circuit 1s, N2s, and PCB2s. It's glorious, and I actually need to do these to get into other techs, to like get into Power Armor 2 and all this other wonderful stuff. Automation 3, the Electric Mining Drill Mark 2. Yeah, all these wonderful things. All these beautiful wonderful things. But anyways, that's the two thickeners. We now need one whole filter. One whole filter. I didn't grab filters. Oops. Oops. So one whole filter. That, and then that. So, Moo 3 and Molly. The glorious Molly. And of course, split some water to give me the stuff that I need. I need one. One of these things. And I must not ever forget that I need to do 3 supply trains. I need 3 supply trains. So, yeah, because I'm going to need just a little bit of the disulfide. I'm going to need a whole bunch of the trioxide, and I'm going to need the plates. So, stuff, things. Also, water can die. Gee, I wonder why there's a water output on the molybdenum plates. It's not like the disulfide required oxygen, and the actual plates required hydrogen. Gee, I wonder why this gives you water. Gives you water as a byproduct. Okay. Vehicle. We need a couple things. We need some stuff. One molly mine being one of them. A molly mine. And just another for reference. There is no chance in hell that I'm going to be able to complete the train station today. I will not be able to complete the train station today. We are not finishing that today. This is blocked. Let us not forget that line is blocked. This line is also almost completely blocked. No! Sad day. Is so sad. This way, then. I escaped. I have escaped. I have escaped. Let's grab a whole bunch of stuff while we're out there. And we'll have molly plates. Now, I will probably just point out that we're likely not going to be doing the molly plates at that particular location forever. We'll absolutely be doing the trioxide there forever, but there's other ways of getting plates. There's this method called particle acceleration to get the molybdenum plates, and I will very likely end up doing that process to get the plates that I need going forward. Very, very likely to do that instead, just because we need a lot. We need a lot of trioxide in particular. It's some disulfide, but we need a lot of the molybdenum trioxide for this wonderful stuff known as super alloy. You know, this beautiful stuff known as super alloy, which now requires cobalt oxide. Hello, cobalt oxide, you're new. Yeah, that's new. Thanks. Yeah, so there's the you're welcome to me saying thanks, the incoming thanks. I'm out of coffee at this point. So uh yeah, well, sure. I don't even remember what this used to be. Was it just the chromium cobalt alloy? I don't even remember if this is brand new or not. But yeah, that's just a couple steps more from extract. So from extract, add lime and syngas, which are both free, to give you sulfate. You clean it with sulfuric acid. So, okay, big use sulfuric acid there. And then add water. Just add water. And there's your oxide. Oh. Oh. Oh, so it's also going to be used in the super steel. Okay. Fine. Fine. So super steel is just moly for reference. So super steel is just the plates. Super steel is just the plates. The super alloy is the molybdenum trioxide. And unfortunately, while you can get the moly plates from particle acceleration, you must mine moly / process the ore of moly to get into the trioxide. And then what is this super crystalline structure going to be for? Oh, there's the chromium cobalt alloy. There it is. And then, of course, alien enzymes, which are now required for purple science. Hello! Welcome. I'm just complaining. Don't mind me while I complain. I am in the middle of finishing my processing of molybdenum, and I'm just here at the main mall to pick up some things. Filters. I'm here for filters. I needed the filters. Where I make filter again? There I make filter. The top item of the cobalt crystal. The oh hey, cobalt extract is stainless steel. That's another one of those FU moments. Hey, oh right, I need to add phosphate rocks onto my stuff. Hey, guess what we need to do when doing the stainless steel? We need to go back to this glorious train station over here and add phosphate rocks to it. We have to go back to this wonderful phosphate station and add rocks to it. Because I completely forgot I need phosphate rocks for stainless steel. Oops. Sulfate. Clean. Oxide. Supercrystalline structure. Titanium, cobalt, chromium alloy. Low density structure. Yeah, that I think I noticed that too. LDS, yay! Rocket silo, a whole bunch of all the Mark III stuff, and etc. etc. Yeah, stuff, things, chromium, cobalt, alloy, other things. Yeah, not as many things, honestly. Paradigmatic resistors. Oh boy, that's intelligent units. Yeah, yeah, stuff, things. This thing. LDS. The glorious LDS recipe with its 5 super alloy and 3 metallic glass. Which, yeah, that's its own thing. That is a thing. Now the LDS, of course, it's used satellites. We're not using it for satellites, but we're only going to make LDS for Power Armor Mark II and the portable fusion reactors, and maybe the batteries. Like, we're not going to do anything in particular outside of, like, the Mark IV buildings. Like, that's what the LDS is going to be used for, these Mark IV and Mark III buildings, if I even do the Mark IV stuff. So, yeah, stuff, things. Where's my car? Car be this way. Time to at least see some molly plates today. I think we'll be able to see the molly plates today. I'm realizing thank goodness I actually thought for a second before going out. I need more of these. Pressure pumps. Yeah, that'd be great to make nitrogen. You know, wouldn't it have been wonderful to go out there to finish this off and then realize, oh hey, I don't have the pressure pumps to feed the destructive distillation columns making my nitrogen. Ah, great. I do have everything, I think. Can clean some of this stuff from the inventory now. Yes, it is. It is highly expensive to do both rockets and simulation, but note that it's simulation that you need to do to complete the game. Beating the game is now simulation, not launching rockets. Ah, it's backing up. It's backing up. Yay. All of the glorious drill heads. Yes and no. Well, you've tried to make the end of the game be simulation. Yes, one cycle of simulation beats the game. Where are the enemies? Off. I don't play with the biters. I simply just don't play with biters. There are no enemies on this map because they are boring. More of an annoyance than anything else. You. Glorious moo. My glorious molybdenum disulfide into moo. Oops. No, that is not the point. No. I've had this discussion several times. Biters are not an interesting mechanic in the long run. They are okay as a means of forcing certain things for production in the early game. Once you have set up your defenses for the entirety of the rest of the game, they are tedium. They are just tedium for the entirety of the rest of the game once you have your defenses set up. They're fine until you set up your defenses properly, but once you set up your defenses, the entirety of the rest of the game, which is going to be the extreme vast majority of the time that you spend on a playthrough, they are just tedium. And a thing that you need to clear to continue to expand. That is all they are, is just tedium. And I am not going to play with that level of a tedious mechanic. That's just not going to happen. They're not they no longer are interesting at all. They are neither interesting nor are they adding anything of particular value in the long run. So, stuff. We're done. Ish. We need the where's the oh, it's the filtration media, right. Why did I think I needed nitrogen? Wait, what? Oh, it's back here. Duh. It's you! There's the nitrogen. If you really want to play with biters, there are certain settings that make them less annoying, but they're still, like, as long as they exist, they're problematic. Because you can set them not to expand. Like, that's step one, is disable expansion. And then get rid of, like, completely disable time-based evolution as a thing. Just remove all time-based evolution. Because that's just even more annoying than anything else. It's like, oh, you have to play quickly. You have to play quickly, or else the biters will outpace you on being able to kill them, and then you die. You've lost at that point. So just completely disable evolution based on time, and completely disable uh, expansion for biter expansion. The game spawns more than enough. More than enough. And then all you really have to consider after you get your walls and such and proper defenses, then all you have to consider is just you have to go out and clear every time you need to expand. Like, no matter what, you're going to have to go out and clear them every time you want to expand, or fire manually your artillery, which, what? All right, here's what there needs to be. There needs to be a fully automated way of clearing biters. That would be a very Factorio thing, right? Artillery is manual right now. There needs to be an automated artillery to constantly clear the biters from around you. There needs to be an automated method of expansion to keep biters away. That would actually make me, I think, want to attempt to play with it. And that needs to be default part of the base game, not through some mod, which I get it. Yes, there is a mod that I'm sure does that, but it needs to exist without mods. It needs to be part of the actual base game, ways of automating your expansion into the world. / keeping biters at bay. It needs to be completely automated. All of that. So nitrogen. So nitrogen. Yeah, the purest of nitrogen. We needed like 100. You know, just 10. Just 10. Uh, do, 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 do. How do I do this over here? How am I doing this over here? That. Da 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 da. +4. Excuse me. Dead tree. Dead tree needs to get out of the way. There's our nitrogen. Huzzah! Stuff and things. And stuff and things. Just add air. 200 units of air. So that's 10. Pressure pumps. Oh, and I constantly have this debate, I suppose you could call it. I constantly complain about the existence of fighters. They really add nothing. They literally add 0 to the game, in my humble estimation. My opinion is they add absolutely nothing of particular value, and actually completely, in their current state, go against the whole point of Factorio, which is, automation. If the point is automation, why do you have this mechanic that requires not automation? Without a way of completely automating at all phases of the game. The handling of this mechanic. Alright, let's get all of this stuff with power. At least I don't have to worry about exact placement of the power. I just have to power the buildings. Because, hey, I don't have a single inserter here. Can you believe it? I don't actually have a single inserter. Connect that there, and then connect over to here. Yeah, then we're good. And of course, the argument from the developers was that fighters are a production challenge, quote unquote, a production challenge. Well, sure, they are a production challenge in the early game. In the early game, yeah, they are a production challenge. But what happens when it's no longer a production challenge? They continue to exist the whole game, taking up system resources the whole game. It's just, yeah, that I don't like them. They're bad. They are not good mechanic. Not good. Not well thought out or implemented. I also have to deal with the sulfur. Actually, now that I'm actually giving this a thought, this outputs sulfur, because that disulfide has to go somewhere, right? This is a vanilla thing. Yeah, sulfur. Sulfur is vanilla. Did you know that sulfur was vanilla? A vanilla resource? Yeah. Sometimes you forget that some things are actually vanilla resources. Sulfur is one of them. Yeah, this is why we can turn them off, and this is why I play with them off. I mean, it's very simple. We just play with them off. Just don't if you don't like them, don't play with them. If you like them, play with them. Have them on. Do it once, see how bad they are, and then never do it again. I mean, it's as simple as that. Just play through with them once, and I can guarantee you that you will have experienced everything there is to experience with biters, and you will never choose to play with them on again. Yes, the what tab was that thing in again. That very much applies. Where are my? I need a voiding line. Wherefore art thou voiding line for me to copy? Here. Voiding line for me to copy. Excuse me, but you need to actually paste there. Completely overkill voiding line for me to copy. Just add fuel. Gee, if only there was fuel nearby. Cough, cough. There we go. In case you didn't know, you can hit R, the R key, on underground belts to change what direction they go. As long as you're not holding anything on the cursor. One of those neat little mechanics. There's rocks here? Wow. Talk about well camouflaged rocks. My goodness. To use the biomass that I have in extreme amounts to fuel the burners. See, that would require loading the biomass onto trains. That would require loading the biomass onto trains and then requesting the biomass on a train request. That would require work. I don't like this thing called work. That sounds annoying. I do enough work. I do more than enough work as it is. Why do I need more work? That sounds like an awful idea. Awful idea. That's not designed right. Aluminium. Wherefore art thou? Aluminium. There you are. I need you. And I don't need 30 anymore now, do I? I only need 26 in a few seconds. And a few seconds from now, I only need 26. Rather than 28. For the yellow belt. Because I'm about to pick up that beautiful mining productivity, level 2. And that will help a lot. Give me that extra 10%. Yeah, then power. Yeah, power's a good thing. Power's great. And of course, I'm not going to be using this lead at all. So I will be erasing it. It shall be erased. We are totally not built on top of an ore. I don't know where you thought that we were building on top of an ore. You are wrong if you thought we were building on top of an ore. We are not building on top of an ore. It doesn't exist. This ore, yeah, nothing called lead exists here. Just it does it. Excuse me. It does not exist. It's gone. There's no lead here. There's only the molybdenum patch. Maybe some stone. I don't know about the stone either. There's probably no stone either. Yes, I am this finicky about this. I am being I am being this incredibly precise. I am totally being this precise. I hate that this is a vanilla thing, by the way, that you can have ore patches abutting up against each other like this. That's like one RSO setting I wish I could turn off, but the problem is that's how vanilla does it. And I don't feel like turning off that particular vanilla mechanic. Yeah, what lead? What lead? What stone? What stone? What phosphates? They don't exist. There's some coal down here. The coal exists, but nothing else. Nothing else. Not even that. Or that stuff. None of that. None of this exists. Yeah. None of that. None of that. It's just some crude oil and tar. That's all we have. Crude oil, tar, and this coal patch that I totally could have also tapped into. That's right next door. So, I should have Molly. By the way, I should have Molly plates by now. Unless something really bad happened. Oh, right, I don't have the filtrate. Yeah, sorta need this stuff called filtration media in order for this to move. Sorta need the filtration media. Oh, and that could use some power. Oh, as can that. Now we're good. Use particle accelerator and be done with it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I will do, but the thing is about the particle accelerator is that it requires circuit 2s to make and advanced small parts. Can't do particle acceleration until you get the circuit 2s to build the actual particle accelerator, as well as the advanced small parts, which, again, this is all working towards that. So, yeah, particle accelerator circuit 2s would be nice to do that. And the Molly plates out of this is proton donors. It's proton donors, not receivers, and the donors are the boron ones, so we can't do the fine carbon dust from coke. By the way, I totally saw on the community Discord someone said that they wanted coal dust from coke. Well, technically you get fine carbon dust from coke. You can't add a coal dust from coke because you already have it in the form of fine carbon dust from coke. That totally already exists, and it's used to particle accelerate boron. It's used for carbon nanotubes, and you need a lot of carbon nanotubes, but it's used to particle accelerate for boron. Like, that's what it's used for, it's used to convert proton receivers into proton donors. That is what it is used for. You use your coke to convert proton receivers into proton donors. And you can only do it at purple science. When you get some non-zero amounts of purple science. Cough, cough. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Once we get some non-zero purple science, that will be a thing. Which, you know, there's these things called vat brain computers that we'll probably use to get a little bit of purple science. So, yeah, about that.